there are some of these, Asian economies, Singapore, other Southeast Asian countries like Indonesia, Thailand, and countries like South Korea, etc., have tremendously liberalized their economies, and they have seen the benefit of that. But the reason the Indian government and RBI have been reluctant to radically shift the position back in 1999 when they replaced the FERA with the FEMA. And it's understandable because you don't want to go from one extreme to the other without testing out how it plays out. So I think it was prudent. So yeah, in my view, while all these Asian economies that I talked about, they were tremendously successful. In 1997, when the Asian meltdown happened, it was largely these countries which had embraced complete lack of exchange controls. So the RBI therefore had a very good argument and logic behind in 99, not swaying entirely the other way and saying we don't need exchange control at all, right? So it did make sense. And also, let's not forget, India is a much, much larger country and a much larger economy with the lives and livelihoods of several more people than all of Southeast Asia and South Korea put together. So it's not really prudent to compare their example with India's, because India's got a very diverse and very different economic landscape. So therefore, I don't disagree with the position taken that we will move from a FERA model to a FEMA model and transition to a more liberal but still some sort of regulated model. And I think that made complete sense because they also had to see how the experience played out. I'm making the argument, folks, that we are today at that sort of a pivotal moment as we were in 1999 when they decided to scrap the FERA and replace it with FEMA. And I'm arguing that on the silver jubilee anniversary of FEMA, we should celebrate it by doing away with it, or at least by replacing it with a significantly watered down version of the same thing. The Indian economy is today at a stage where the depth and robustness and the fundamentals of the economy are very, very solid. The consumption economy of India alone has made for a very compelling demonstrated story, and we don't necessarily need to rely on foreign investments flowing in or be unduly touchy about foreign investments flowing out. Yes, I'm not trying to say, please don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to sound the bugle of we don't need foreign investment. I am not a believer in that at all. I think every country, even the most developed countries like United States, need and thrive on foreign investment. But they get the foreign investment from a position of strength. And my friends, I'm arguing that India now is in that position where we should continue to push for foreign money to come in, because foreign investments always put us in a position of power. Because the more forex we attract, the stronger our exchange reserves are going to be. The stronger our exchange reserves are, our general bargaining power and our ability to negotiate with trading partners goes up. But we should do so in a manner that now recognizes that India as an economy is now fundamentally solid and can run on its own, and has been doing so at least for the past 10 to 15 years. I would say since 2010 or so, we have been on a phenomenal run. I won't say 2010, maybe a little later, because we had the crisis, financial crisis and stuff. But obviously, at least for a decade or more than the decade, last dozen years or so, definitely India has been in a state where we can think about not just doing these decorative loosening or decorative adding one reform here, one reform there. Do something big